Hey everybody, what's up? Hope everybody's having a good night. I wasn't going to stream tonight, but I decided to try anyway. Every time I've tried to stream with this new setup, it's crashed. My whole computer has crashed. So we're going to try, hanging out here. I got a few songs queued up that I want to play for you, and, we're just going to go from there. So I'm going to get started in just a second. I want to make sure that I can hear you. So you're going to hear my voice twice because I'm going to unmute the video that I have on my other screen. Just make sure that I can hear it. Voice twice. So there it is. All right. Let's see here. All right. So I hope everybody's doing good tonight. I got the Kramer Beretta Special. It is a special guitar. I love it. We're going to do some ZZ Top style stuff here to start with. Hey, Metal, what's up? Hey, I hope everybody's having a good night. I got my audio kind of fixed, I think. Hopefully my computer doesn't blue screen again. It did that last 2 times I tried to do this. I think it lasted exactly 20 minutes the first time and 7 minutes the second time, something like that. Metal, I hope you're doing good. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it very, very much. I don't expect there to be very many people here tonight because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, it's not like time that people are awake watching some dude in his basement playing his guitar. I've got the Beretta Special today. Every time I pick this guitar up, I'm just surprised at how good it is for what it costs. I cannot believe how cheap it is. Oh, yeah. You know, last weekend, me and my wife were in Indy, and we actually saw the tornado that came through. Like, we saw it out the back window. My wife had never seen a tornado before. It was crazy. We're standing there, and we saw these clouds swirling behind the house, behind where my parents live, and we saw out from behind the house came the tornado. Just went by. It was crazy. That tornado was nuts. It really was nuts. And then here where I live, the terrible storm came through yesterday, I think it was. I mean, it uprooted, like, everyone's house had a tree laying in its yard, pretty much. The whole town is under trees right now. We live by this big park with these big old trees, and a bunch of the trees got ripped out by the roots just laying there. Roads are closed. It's crazy. I mean, the power's out for most of the city. I have power, thankfully. I'm very lucky that I have power. And then it stormed again. Storm rolled through about 30, 40 minutes ago, and we lost our power for about 1 minute, and then it came back on. Totally crazy. I don't know what's going on with the weather, but Twister would be a great way to describe what's going on around here. It's nuts. But I'm very thankful. It's like 100 degrees today, and thankfully we have air. We have power. So I'm very grateful for that. Very grateful that I can sit here, play my guitar in the cool, not have to worry about my food going bad, worry about So if anybody out there's suffering from this or through this, I'm thinking about you. I really am. It's terrible. It's nasty outside. I actually just filmed a video, the one that's coming out tomorrow, because I'm a slacker. So on top of my ear going out, I actually caught the flu. So I've been dealing with that the last few days. Voice finally felt well enough today to film something. So went out to my garage and filmed a video, and I almost died. I wasn't out there very long either. And it was late. I mean, it was after midnight. Crazy. But I already edited it. It's up. It's uploaded. It's ready to go. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. So, yeah. I really can't believe how good this guitar sounds. Like, seriously. Every time I play it, I just can't believe how good it sounds. I don't know. For what it costs, you expect it to be a lot worse than it is. That B string's about to break. I notice when it does that with like a Strat style headstock, if you got a string up there, like the B string or the E string, and it keeps going out of tune, even if you got a lot of windings and it's well stretched, it's about to break. The tuning? I don't think much. I don't think that the humbucker causes... Oh, the tone. That's a good question. And a lot of people have asked that. I mean, I own 3 guitars that have a slanted humbucker like this. And I don't know. I don't know. I honestly... I don't want to answer that, but I will. I think it does affect it. I just don't know how much. Because if you look at it, I mean, it's not that much space. Yes, he does. Kurt Cobain had that too on his Jag Stang. It's not that much. I mean, look at the space there. Like, if you were to... So the idea here is that your treble strings are more trebly and your bass strings are more bassy. That could be part of it. It really could be. I don't know. This guitar, like, it bites you in the face. It could be. And on this guitar, I was actually like, I was sitting with it in my living room earlier, and I was looking down at it like this. If you look at it, it's not just the one string that's slightly off. It's all of them. If you look at here, all of them are off by a little bit. Yeah. One thing you can do is take a pocket knife and just, like, make the hole bigger. I did that with my Strat once. Like, I just made the hole bigger, and then I, like... Instead of screwing it in with the 2 middle holes on the humbucker, I used one on the edge and one in the middle, so it slanted it. It did make a difference, I will tell you that. And I don't know how much, though. And that's the other thing. A lot of these like microtonal differences that happen when you do stuff like that, you could achieve the same thing by just like slightly bumping your treble knob on your amp and slightly bumping your bass, you know? But there's some kind of magic in the way that the pickup picks up the strings. I mean, I'm not going to say there's no difference and it's not worth tweaking your guitars to do stuff like that. But on the other hand, if you're talking about like micro differences, for example, I've got the George Lynch LTD. You can kind of see it back there, the tiger striped one. That humbucker is not slanted, and it sounds very similar to my Beretta, which does have a slanted humbucker. So, I mean, it's toss-up. I really don't know how much of a difference it makes. It's worth doing. I think it looks cool. I mean, that was the main draw for this for me. I like one humbucker guitars. It forces you to be more creative with your playing. For example, you don't have a neck pickup, right? So if you wanted to clean this up, just turn it down a bunch. Now, if you got too much gain, you can't do much with it. But better example. Oh, there's the echo. Hold on. Better examples on a cleaner setting like this. You're kind of forced to turn it down a little. See how much cleaner that is? So yeah, that's a lot louder. So it's not just volume, it's also like how much gain, I guess, how much you're overdriving it. Not the kind of player that uses the middle or neck. Yeah, I get it. I do. I feel like I'd be lost without my neck pickup on my Strat. But when I pick this up, I know I have to use the humbucker. So why wouldn't I turn on the setting like this? Or this. You gotta go with the sound like that with this guitar. Anyway. I'm still having that issue with this guitar. Damn reverb. Where when I use the trem, and it's all of my trems like this, all the vintage trems. I use it and it goes out of, either goes out of tune or goes back in tune. You know, I use it, tune it. That way I can do bends like this. Now it's gonna be out of tune. Right? But all it takes is I'm back in tune. So that's, you know, there's two ways to do it. You can tune it after stretching, and then you have to, after you play, you have to like pull your string. So you'll be playing. See what I did? You have to pull the string. Or you can do this first, tune, then you can bend and stuff, and then it's just a matter of hitting that sometime while you're playing. You can do it with it muted too. Now it's back in tune again. That's a trick that I have forced myself to learn with all my Strat style guitars. The 2-point tremolos don't really have that problem. I don't know why. All of my guitars are like that. I've tried everything. I've tried screwing the screws in more. I've tried screwing them in less. I've tried lubing everything. It doesn't matter. Different string gauges do the same thing. More wrappings up there on the headstock. Doesn't matter. It's stupid. Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. I suppose we should put on some more, something else. I was gonna, like, sing a song on here, but I don't know if there's enough people for that, you know? I think I'll save them. I'll save them for another time. I got 2 ready to go. If more people join, I'll do them. But until then, I'm going to just play this. I don't know what this is. It's an A minor, rock pop. By the way, the stream might crash my computer. Just warning you that right now. It happened the last 2 times. All these backing tracks are like 10 minutes long. Never use the trim, locked back. I used to do that. Okay, turn that reverb off. I used to do that. I used to block all my trims. And then one day, I started using it like nuts. And I just like, it broke my brain. I can't not use it now. Like, I have to use it all the time. I don't know. It's a sickness. Like, and then sometimes I'll go through like a whole show and not really use it. But then other times I'll go down to use it and it's not there because I'm using like a Les Paul or an SG or something. I'm like, damn it, where is it? Where is it? Yeah, I mean, you don't really need it much for rhythm. You really don't. I always mess that up. I always mess up that part. I have to relearn that song. It's a really fun song. I mean, I have a lot of respect for rhythm players. They can do that kind of stuff all the time. Oh, yeah. Hey, we're going to do that song someday, though. For real. For real. Like, I recorded that song one time. I think it sounds decent, but I would rather redo it with you or with someone, you know? It'd be a lot more fun to do. I like doing collaborations a lot. They're really fun. Because, like, what do you get out of doing a cover all by yourself? Like, that's all I do. All I do is do stuff all by myself with this, you know? Like, with covers and... I just killed a fly on my microphone. Anyway. All I do is covers all by myself. And, like, I do all the parts, you know? Rhythm, lead, bass, vocals. Get a drum machine. And then, you know, you finish it, and it's like, man, that's great, or that sounds great. But then at the end of the day, you don't really, there's no one to look around at and be like, you guys, that was awesome. I'm really happy and proud of what we did. It's just me, and I'm not going to do that to myself, you know? I mean, I'll release it on the channel, of course. I always do. And, you know, yeah, I figured you could. That track that you sent me was really good, though. With your PV. Those things can really nail that sound. Yeah, it's a good song to be your favorite. It really is. I'm really happy when I listen to that song. It puts me in a good mood. Puts me in a good mood. Like I said, I recorded that whole thing before, like all the parts, everything. But I think the vocals turned out great. I don't know if I'm going to be able to recreate that performance again, but I'm going to try. You know, the rhythm left a little to be desired, but you said that's what you're good at, man. So, by all means, take it. I can kind of do it, but I don't... You're good. I don't like... it depends on, like, the song. Generally speaking, I don't like copying solos note for note because I don't know. You know, I like to put my own kind of thing on it, not because, like, I'm better than them, because I'm not. I mean, Kirk is an amazing player. Dave was an amazing player before that, but I don't know. I like to have a solo that's, like, derivative of the original that has the parts that you expect. Like that part at the end. Like that part has to be in there. Like you can't not play that part. That part is like required as part of the solo. You can kind of get away with doing stuff before that, but you have to do that part because it goes with the rhythm so well. And people expect that. And same thing with, like, there's a lot of AC/DC songs. Well, a lot of AC/DC songs like that too. Oh, hi, Sarah. Well, thank you. You know, that was probably the most fun show that we've done all year. And probably the most fun show we'll do until we do it again next time. That was a really fun time for all of us. We had a really great time doing that. You know, I live streamed that whole concert on this channel. You can find it somewhere. If you click on my name, you can find it. But I live streamed that whole thing. That was a great crowd. You guys did awesome, and you know, we're really proud that we got to play for you. I'm glad you're here with us tonight. Anyway, Metal, you know, there's parts of solos that you have to do, is what I was saying. So, like, when you're doing, like, if it were in tune. But anyway. Yeah, and you know what's cool about that is that can be harmonized. If you can do that part, I can harmonize that. And it would sound really cool. But anyway, like I was saying, when you're doing solos, and this isn't like advice really, because I'm not like a pro. Like I'm not giving advice because I'm a pro. I'm just talking about what I like to do. I find that there's certain parts of certain solos that you have to do. Like with You Shook Me All Night Long, you have to start it like this. Like you have to at least do that, right? There's parts of solos that people expect that are part of the song. Like Give Me 3 Steps is another example. Like this solo. Like you have to play that. Like you could improv something there, but there's just like certain parts of certain guitar solos or certain lead parts that you just have to do. Another example is Running with the Devil. Like you can't not do that solo. You have to do that solo. It's required. You have to do it. That stupid reverb keeps coming on every time I switch presets. Yeah. I mean, it's... And then there's other songs where you don't have to do that, though. Like, a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan songs. And not because his solos aren't, like, memorable, because they are. But a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan songs, you can get away with, like, borrowing from other of his songs. Or some of your own blues tricks or stuff like that. Like, you don't have to exactly do his solo for his songs. Thank you, Sarah. You can kind of see it back there behind me, right? There. Right there. Yeah, I've got... That's just like less than half of them behind me there. I've got a bunch more. Some of them are in cases. Some of them are out in the other part of the basement. Some of them are in another rack behind this messy, messy, messy workbench. I got a whole bunch. Well, there goes a pick. That's why you keep multiples, right? That's one thing I want to talk about real quick, and then we'll play more. I could not get that stupid pick slide thing down forever, for like 20 years. It always sounded awful. It always was like... Or it sounded too light. But I figured it out. You have to not be afraid to screw up your fingerboard. You got to take it. You just got to go for it. And just mess around. The worst thing that happens is it doesn't sound right, and you just remember why, and don't do it next time. All right, let's do a song. We're going to do a Nirvana song. Hope everybody's okay with that. Like I said, I have the flu, or did. I don't know if I'm still contagious, but so my voice is kind of messed up. But with Nirvana, that's okay. priceless advice. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. Forever indebted to your priceless advice. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. Forever indebted to your priceless advice. Your advice. Braided orchids forgive no one just yet. Cut myself on angel's hair and baby's breath. Broken habit of your highness, I left black. Throw down your umbilical noose so I can climb right back. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. Forever indebted to your priceless advice. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. Forever indebted to your priceless advice. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. Forever indebted to your priceless advice. Your advice. She hits me like a Pisces when I am weak. I've been locked inside your heart-shaped box for weeks. I've been drawn into your magnet target trap. I wish I could eat your cancer when you turn black. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. Forever indebted to your priceless advice. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. Forever indebted to your priceless advice. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. Forever indebted to your priceless advice. Your advice. Your advice. Your advice. Woo! That one did not make my voice feel better. That's fun though. I like that song. All right. Hate that. It turns my microphone off when I tune. I hope you guys are still having a good night. Hope you're doing good out there still. I'm just having a ball here. Well, good. I love that song. That's one of my favorites by them. My other favorites are On a Plane and Breed, and there's just so many good songs. Stay Away, that's a good one. The whole Nevermind album is good. Something in the Way. Love that song. I'm not going to play another Nirvana song, though. I like to have a voice tomorrow morning. It's like recommending all of these Nirvana songs to me now. It's funny. About a Girl. That's a great song, too. But I'm not going to do another Nirvana song. I mean, honestly, I've done this for, 41 minutes? I'm probably going to do a couple more, and then I'll be done. I'm probably going to do that again on another stream, though, because that's really fun. Like, I've run into this problem where I'm streaming so much now that I'm worried that, like, I'm going to play something. It's like, well, you can't play that ever again on a stream. I guess that's not really true. I can play as often as I want to, if people like it. Here's Southern Rock in D. I don't like that it starts with this. Why would the backing track start with lead? That doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't want that. I don't like it. Yeah, this is better. Put it where it belongs. That one was shorter than I expected. Sometimes they just end. That one just ended. Okay, no more country. No more country. Let's find another song. This is in G. I think I've got something for this. That is way too slow for what I wanted to do. What about this one? Why would the count be that fast and then the backing track be that slow? I don't understand. How about this one? That one's also. Let's try funk. Funk is always fun. this guitar. Like, if you have an itch to get a new guitar and you don't own a Kramer, go get one of these. Seriously. Kramer Baretta Special. This thing is super awesome. I love this guitar. I love it. Like, I have a real Baretta. This is a real Baretta too, but like I got a real Baretta. I got 85, and like it's awesome. But like this one, something about it's just special. I'm not like playing a joke. I know it's called a Baretta Special, but something about this is special. It's like it's so much better than it should be that it's more fun to play, if that makes sense. You go dump like 10 grand on a Les Paul, and you're like, yeah, I expect it to sound and feel amazing because I spent 10 grand. But you go buy this for like less than $200, and then you play it, and it like blows you away because like your expectations are so low for what you paid for it that every time you pick it up, it just inspires you to play better. And the same can be said for pretty much any cheap guitar that you like. Like that expectation of it being worse because it's so cheap, of being a bad guitar because it's cheap. Like that expectation is disproven every time you play it, and I think it makes you play better. That's how I feel. Anyway, these guitars are awesome. If you don't have one, go get one. Seriously. Hope everybody's still doing good out there. We're coming up on 53 minutes that we've been doing this. That gives us about 7 minutes. And then I'm going to say bye. So for now, we are going to play another thing. Unless you guys have something you wanted to talk about or play. Let me know. I can cut this one short if you got anything. The man has spoken. Okay, hold on. That's something I gotta say. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna do a whole video about this someday. But Stairway to Heaven is my favorite song. I'm not kidding. I'm being completely, totally serious. It is my favorite song. I think it is the perfect song. Because it starts from nothing with a guitar. You add in the sounds of those flutes and all that other stuff. And then you've got Robert Plant's voice. And then you got another guitar by Jimmy Page. And then in comes Bonzo. And then you swell, and you swell, and you swell to one of the greatest solos I've ever heard. One of the greatest solos ever recorded. And then there's this crescendo of Robert Plant's voice. And then, zoop, right back to where it started with nothing and his voice trailing away. I'm not kidding. I'm not being facetious here. It is literally my favorite song. And I know that there's like the jokes and the memes about not playing it. And from the research that I've done, those memes and jokes aren't based on anything real. It pretty much came from Wayne's World and a few small shops. There wasn't ever really true disdain for that song within, other than if people came and played it over and over and played it all the time. People got sick of hearing it that worked in the shops. But to my knowledge, there was never really a true like origin to that hatred of that song not being allowed to be played anywhere. Yeah, it's just people playing it too much. Now, here we are, 50 years removed from that song coming out. And I can say, and people will take my guitar card away from me for that, but Stairway to Heaven is my favorite song. I have to say it. As I say that, the people are coming in. Now everybody's going to leave. Yeah, somebody already left. They're like, oh, that guy's an asshole. He likes Stairway to Heaven. I'm out of here. Yeah. I know that some of the ones that people don't want to hear are Seven Nation Army, Stairway to Heaven, Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. What are the other ones? Smoke on the Water, the beginning of Master of Puppets. There was some Avenged Sevenfold song too that somebody was telling me about that like people played over and over again. I mean, this would have been a long time ago though. But yeah, like there's like all these songs that you're not supposed to play in stores, and you know, of course there's people. Oh, Sweet Child of Mine. That is, and you know what I hate is I have to play that song every single weekend. Now I enjoy playing it with my band because people really like it. But like every time I start that, because I do the intro, every time I start that, I'm imagining all the Guitar Center employees, past, present, and future, that are like, oh my God, please stop. If you could play it well, yes. That's the problem, is people will come in there and they're like, yeah, they just turned up all the way. The gain should be on 10. Distortion should be on 10. Okay. I mean, and then that's echoing in your head. See? There you go. But when you hear that, what I just did, that I was in Guitar Center recently, I should say. It was a horrible experience. I don't know what the hell happened to that company. It's a mess. Now, I'm glad they exist because I get all my shit from them, from Guitar Center used. From people who don't know how to spell, people who don't know how to label or price things. That's how I get most of the stuff I have, is that I find it misnamed, mislabeled, misspelled, and mispriced. If all of those things are true, you can get some pretty crazy deals. Like that OLP that I've got. It's back there. Played it on the last stream. OLP MM1. Someone listed it as an OCP for less than $100. OCP. So unless you were like me and you were sorted like oldest to newest, and you were just or not oldest to newest, cheapest to most expensive, lowest to highest price used, you would never have found it. Who's going to search for that? OCP. Nobody. 0 people. That's why it was there. That's why it was cheap. That's why I got it. That kind of stuff happens all the time. If I bought a guitar every time I found that, I would have no money and I would have 73,000 guitars in here. But I only go for the ones I like. The Dean MLX was the same way. I've got it sitting over there. It was less than $100 too. They called it like a Dane, D-A-N-E. They spelled it wrong. Instead of Dean, they called it a Dane. And they called it an MXL. Or it was something like that. What are you doing, guys? That was either somebody trying to purposefully misname it so that they could keep it for themselves or something, or just someone who didn't care, or somebody who wasn't too bright. I don't know. But anyway, Guitar Center in the store was not a good experience for me. And if that's the only option you have, I'm sorry. Make the best of it, though. Make the best of it if that's all you got. But if you have a local shop, check it out. Local shops are awesome. Those people that work in there and own those places are great. Sam Ash is better. I agree with you. I got my Kramer Striker from them. And there was all kinds of problems with that order. But like the dude who runs the eBay store for Sam Ash called me on the phone and talked to me. It was so cool. Yeah, the local shops are the best. They really are. I've got 2 of them here where I live and some pawn shops. Don't really like those people at those pawn shops, but they give me good deals. The local music shops, 2 of them that I got here, great people. Great people. If you got a local music shop, local guitar shop, visit. If you've never been, visit. Go see what they can do. Go see what they're up to. Go see what they're about. You may make a friend or 2 or 3. And, if anything, make them your primary string supplier every time you buy strings. Give them an extra $1. Support that business. Anyway. Well, we're at exactly 1 hour. So, maybe I'll play one more song. And then we'll call it a night. People were coming and going while I was talking, and then they were mad at me because I said I liked Stairway to Heaven. That's what happens, I guess. Did not expect to play that whole thing. 13 minutes. All right. Hey, guys, look. It's been 75 minutes. It's 3 o'clock in the morning here. And I'm still recovering from having the flu. So I think that's good enough. I worked up a sweat, as you can see. And my computer didn't blue screen. We went through this whole thing. It didn't crash. I made some changes, and I think I fixed them. I think we're good. Look, I really appreciate all of you for being here. Thank you so much. These streams mean a lot to me. See you later, Metal. See you later, Yannick. See you later, Sarah, if you're still here. Everybody else, thank you so very much. You all mean very much to me. There is a new video coming out in 8 hours. It has been uploaded. It is ready to go. It is a secret. I'll tell you. It is a Marshall MG Cab 4x12. That is the video. It is a review. Those things are crazy. 65 pounds, 4x12, smaller than a normal 4x12, and I review it. I got it really cheap. You, too, can probably find one very cheap because they have shit reputations. Like that Raven. If I can move over. It's right behind me. You can't see it. Like that Raven. Terrible, terrible, terrible reputation. But they're amazing. Don't know why it didn't make a face. There you go. There's a face. That's the face. Yeah, terrible reputation. Everybody hated them. They are the worst thing Marshall ever made. Bleh. Well, that was before the codes came out and some of the other stuff they made. And the Bluetooth speakers. We're going to talk about that another time. But, yeah, they're super cheap. I was like, all right, it's a Marshall. It's the cab that I saw in Musician's Friend when I was young that I wanted. Why is it so cheap? And I bought it. Found some reviews, and they were mostly horrible. I mean, there were a few people that were like, get these are great. But a lot of other people were like, oh, these things are terrible. They're boxy, and they sound muffly, and they're small, and blah, blah, blah. Look, I got to haul this thing every single weekend of the year, sometimes twice a weekend. I really don't give a rat's ass if it's a little small. I really don't give a rat's ass if it sounds a little boxy. You can usually fix that with, it depends. How boxy is it? How bad is it? How much EQ do I have to change on my amp? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I went ahead and got it. And I will tell you, it is amazing. And I think everybody should have one. If you don't have a Marshall cab, get one of these MG cabs. They're small, light, easy to store, easy to hide. Well, easy to move anywhere. You could put it in an apartment. Easy to move, easy to take to a gig, easy to plug into just about anything. Speakers are awesome. It gets super loud, 120 watts, 8 ohms. Can't really go wrong. So that video is coming out tomorrow. I have some sound samples in it. One part of it is with microphones up on the speaker, like SM57. The other one is just from the microphone of the camera so that you can hear it out in the garage or out in the room. So I wanted you to hear what it sounded like to me. I think it sounds awesome, and I really, really like it. I can't wait to run all my stuff through it. I've got like 2 Bandits down here. I've got that PV Audition back there. I have the Line 6 Spider valve. I've got the PV Viper tube. I've got both of those Marshall amps that I have, the Raven. I want to run them all through it. I bet they'll all sound great. So I recommend it if you can find one. They're usually going to be the same price as like a crate 4x12. I recommend it. Not worth breaking your back over a big, gigantic one. So there's some special future telling for you since you stuck around so long and so well. So appreciate it. That'll be out at 11 a.m. Eastern time. I'll talk about that amp. Quality's not up to snuff for what I usually do, but I'm dealing with recovering from the flu and one ear that works. So I'm doing the best I can over here, guys. So, hey, I'll catch you next time. Appreciate it. May do this again tomorrow night. Not quite sure yet. We will see. But, yeah, thanks again. Join the Discord if you haven't. The link's in the description. We can talk further there if you want to. I'm actually going to go put some chapters in that video for tomorrow, finish editing that, and get the thumbnail up. So, thanks, guys. See you next time. Keep on rocking, and thanks again. Bye-bye.